Your Excellency, Madame Wang Ying'er, Consul General of the People's Republic of China, Mr. Duncan Calder, President, the Australia-China Business Council of WA, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We meet here tonight to celebrate a defining moment in Australia's history exactly 40 years ago. While we reflect on this historic event, I would like to highlight the contribution made by the Australia-China Friendship Society. The Australia-China Friendship Society was founded in 1952 in Melbourne as the Australia-China Society. We are the oldest institution dedicated to recognition of the People's Republic of China and the subsequent promotion of people-to-people contact. Dr. Fitzgerald accompanied Gough Whitlam in his historic meeting with Premier Zhou Enlai in 1971. This was the first meeting between an Australian political leader and the Chinese government since PRC was founded in 1949. He became the first Australian ambassador to China and contributed substantially to better understanding of China in Australia and a better understanding of Australia in China. In 1970, Dr. Han Su-yin, the renowned author, visited Australia at the invitation of the Australia-China Society. Where she went, this dynamic Eurasian woman draws overflow audience. With her vast wealth of knowledge and experience to draw on, she taught facts on China and China's policy in simple, plain language. This was the first major breakthrough in the atmosphere of ignorance and misunderstanding about the condition in China at that time. Her visit to Western Australia was so successful that many were so inspired, leading to the formation of the WA branch of Australia-China Society in 1972. Dr. Han passed away in November this year. After diplomatic relationship with China was established in December 1972, the Australia-China Society changed its name to Australia-China Friendship Society. We played host to Chinese leaders before the Chinese Consulate was established in Perth. ACFA's welcome Secretary General Hu Yaoban when he visited in Perth as earlier as 1985. We and the Zhonghua Association were the only two organizations that welcomed and worked with Mr. Cai Chuan, the first Consul General of the PRC when the consulate was established in Perth. I would like to thank our members who taught English in various parts of China. They lived in China and over the years and developed a personal understanding and a relationship with the people there. We also participate in a broad range of activities organized by our hosts in China over the years. We carry out a variety of cultural activities in Perth, such as the paper cuts and art exhibition, promotion of Chinese language, inviting or hosting groups from China. We organize tours to better understand aspects of China. Today, the ACFA is the biggest Australia-wide association dedicated to better people-to-people understanding. Our members comprise many of non-ethnic Chinese Australia from all walks of life. 尊敬的万总领事与博士中国领馆的朋友们，感谢你们在百忙之中，又为了中澳两国建交40周年与友好关系铺上了红地毯。因此，我们真诚地感觉到了两国人民的友谊在继续朝着美好的方向前进。华人华侨乡亲们、朋友们，我们肩负着历史的重责大任，遵循古圣先贤的启示， 为天地立心，为生民立命，为往事继绝学，为万事开太平。这是我们在此庆祝中澳建交40周年最崇高的理想。我衷心祝福中澳友谊长青，并祝愿各位新年快乐，万事如意。谢谢大家 ，Thank you。
Thank you, Mr. Chi. Now let's welcome the President of Australia-China Business Council, West Australia, Mr. Duncan Calder. Welcome.
女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家好，欢迎！新年快乐，新年快乐！ Consul General 1, William Chi, ACFS President, Dr. Des Williams, Immediate Past President, ACBC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honour to say a few words on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of diplomatic relations being established between the two great countries of Australia and China. On behalf of my Executive Committee and members, thank you very much, Consul General, for your kind invitation to host us on this important occasion. On December 21, 1972, in Paris, as Consul General Wang told us, the governments of Australia and China signed a joint communique recognising one China and representing the start of a long and deep relationship. The re-establishment of diplomatic relationships followed on from the far-sighted and courageous visit of Gough Whitlam to China the year before when he was the leader of the opposition. Stephen Fitzgerald, as William Chi told us, who subsequently became Australia's first president to China, recently wrote that there is nothing in Australian foreign policy history to compare with that China visit. It was an expedition of great bravado and of great political judgment. Gough Whitlam created an opportunity for Australia, and we certainly owe him a debt of gratitude as a nation. In the last 40 years, trade levels between Australia and China have increased 1,000-fold. China now underpins so many of our economic sectors beyond energy and natural resources, but also education, tourism, and increasingly agriculture. No one in Australia is better positioned to benefit from this legacy than those of us here in Western Australia. But of course we need cultural literacy skills in order to engage effectively with China's traders and investors. And where better to learn those skills than through the Australia-China Business Council. Our next gala evening is on the 12th of February next year to welcome in the Year of the Snake. I hope that every person in the room is a member of an organisation that's already taken a table at that event, which will be a grand evening. We have some truly terrific acts booked for this event, so please don't miss out. Let me finish with a toast. I don't have a wine. Along with several other members of the National Board of Australia-China Business Council and with Consul General Wang, I was delighted to attend a grand event at the Great Hall of the Parliament of Australia in Canberra earlier this month. That event was again to celebrate this 40th anniversary. And I would like to conclude tonight with Prime Minister Gillard's toast to that great event. And I quote, 40 years on, the work begun with such high hopes endures. Our partnership is now of deep strategic importance to us both. Our peoples are partners, working together still, creating wealth together, working for peace together, and sharing a bright future together. So tonight, I pay tribute to a nation esteemed by Australia and honoured in the world, our true and enduring friend, the People's Republic of China. I wish you all the best for a safe and enjoyable Christmas and a prosperous, happy 2013. 谢谢大家。